Welcome back, everyone. I'm recording this video on Thanksgiving Day, and it probably won't be done uploading until the day after, but nevertheless, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving right off the bat, and we are going to get right into this presentation. My heat pump is running in the background because it's cold outside here in Michigan, and the heat pump is what I've got in my office, so if you hear it kick on, my apologies for the background noise. This is a presentation that I made quite some time ago, and I don't know why it didn't make sense at the time when I recorded it, or when I wrote it, but I went back over it and I thought, yeah, it's really not that bad. It isn't as hot of a topic as it was when I wrote it, but the topic remains relevant. So today's topic of video is people changing their own behavior to keep dogs in their home. Now, hang on just one second. This is a really hot topic. Or I guess it was when I wrote this. It's been one that I've been wanting to cover, and this video idea came to me while I was at work listening to a video. Just hearing how much people have to change and alter their own life to have a dog in the home. And now here I am with another fully loaded mag of facts and common sense ready to pull the trigger. Today's topic: do not change your behavior for dogs. So to begin, if any of you have ever watched any of these popular TV shows like Cesar Millan the Dog Whisperer, or some of these other shows that are available on like Hulu or Netflix, like It's Me or the Dog, you know, any of these other shows that are like it, the shows all have somebody who their main goal is to keep this dog in their home. You know, to watch even a short clip of the way these people will tolerate such behavior, just hostile behavior from an animal, a mutant animal at that, but a non-human in their own home, is absolutely backwards and really disgusting. And I'll be 100% honest, when I watch those videos, the thought that I have is, man, if I had a dog that did that, I would take it right out in the backyard and shoot it. And to allow any inferior creature to control your behavior in your home is absolutely nuts. And that's what dogs are. They are inferior creatures to any natural animal, but especially to humans. They themselves provide all the elements of a human home. The dog provides nothing. I mean, realistically speaking, what can the dog possibly provide that isn't merely perceived in the human's mind? Some people, oh, well, you know, the dog could guard against intruders. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, the dog might bark when somebody drives up in the driveway or whatever, but it's not like your dog can tell the difference between friend or foe. And the fact that there are this many shows where people have to try to get their dog to do what they want a light bulb should go off. This should be proof enough to the general public that these things don't belong in the home. But again, these people consider a dog a member of the family that loves them. In order for them to live with this animal, quote unquote, they have to get a professional to help them psychologically dominate this mutant animal so it won't attack them, eat until it's majorly obese, or poop on the floor or whatever. You know, you see some of these, excuse me, you see some of these video clips where, oh, you know, I got this old dog, and, you know, I just Whenever we eat, I make a plate for me, I make a plate for my wife and my kids, and then I make a plate for the dog. And then the dog, it's like frickin', it looks like a pumpkin with little feet on it. Can't even hardly frickin' walk. And if they don't feed it whatever, it wants, it'll, tear stuff up or whatever. Okay, so your home is a sacred place. Your home is your sanctuary. Your home provides security, control, belonging, identity, and privacy, among other things. But most of all, it's a place that provides us with a center, a place from which we leave each morning and to which we return each evening. Or, if you're on third shift or whatever, you leave in the evening, you return in the morning. But your home is your center. And routine can sometimes get mundane, leaving and going and leaving and going. But it's good for general, it's good for humans to have a pattern of behavior to help keep things predictable and steady. It's no secret that humans need home. When you have a hard day at work, coming home, plopping down on the couch, getting to see your family or your spouse is a refuge from the outside world. Even though it's 5:30, you sit down on the couch, and you gotta get up at 5 o'clock. You gotta get up in 12 hours and go to work. Even though you know that work is out there, and it's coming tomorrow, or Monday, or whenever. For right here and right now, you can relax, and you can know that you're safe. And bottom line, home is your territory. It's where you belong. Your home should be a place where you feel safe, right? It's important for you to feel safe in the place where you live. How important is it, you may ask? Well, the number one growing trend in firearm purchases, I'll give you a hint, it's not for hunting. It's weapons for home defense and for concealed carry. The market when I wrote this especially, the market for handguns, for example, my father-in-law has never fired a gun before. When things were going south, he said to me, if I go out and I buy a handgun, can you help me learn how to use it? I said, heck yeah. I said, are you really serious? Because he had said, for years, I ought to get myself a handgun. And I said, are you really serious about this? He said, yes, I am. But the problem was there was such a shortage on handguns. We did end up finding him a good one at a good deal, and I trained him how to use it. And now he's confident and he can protect himself in the event that anything happens where someone wants to threaten his life. But the number one demanded item right now is for weapons and for guns is not for hunting. It's for home defense and for concealed carry. There are companies that make weapons and special hollow point bullets for you to protect yourself in the event of a home invasion, or you're out in public and someone decides to commit a mass murder. There are companies that make weapons that you can legally carry, provided that you're in the United States and you've gone through the background checks and everything else. There are companies that make weapons that you can use to protect yourself. There's a reason that they make these weapons. There are also security systems that will monitor your home for you. And in the event that something happens, they'll send men to your home who have guns to try to arrest or apprehend the people who are attempting to do you harm. All of this is because people crave the need to feel safe in their own home. Right? Like, there's not ever a guarantee that you are safe, or a guarantee that, somebody couldn't come in and disarm your security system and pick the lock on your door and come into your bedroom and kill you without you even knowing. There's no guarantee that that couldn't happen. But all of these things, these weapons and alarms and security systems, they make it less likely, and they make you more secure, and the ability to feel secure and to feel safe. Because people crave the need to feel safe in their own home. Like I said, someone could still disarm your security system or beat you in a gunfight. Someone could still kill or harm you given enough numbers, time, preparation, luck, or plot armor, so to speak. But what these things do is decrease your risk of an encounter. And if there's an encounter, it increases your odds of winning and coming out on top. The risk is never going to be zero, but increasing the odds in your favor is always desirable if it can be done. The behavior, the nature of humans, to want to secure your place of living, that's natural. You lock your door at night. You structure your behavior and your world around you to be as safe as possible. The home is supposed to be your safe haven, and all those who dwell within are to be protected by whoever is the most capable of doing so, whether that's mom or dad, grandma or grandpa, son or daughter, or whoever. The functioning family works together to protect their own. It is important for a family, not just an individual, a family, to feel safe at home. If you can't feel safe in your home, if you look up the words, "I don't feel safe in my own home" on Google, you will be given all sorts of things that it's recommended you do in order to achieve that actual safety. There are numbers that you can call if you're feeling suicidal. There are all sorts of recommended things that you do in order to achieve actual safety or that safe feeling. Maybe you're only dealing with anxiety, not actual physical danger. Like if you were dealing with physical danger, you might call, the police or somebody who is close to you that could protect you. But if you were dealing with the anxiety, there are resources that can help you with that as well. But according to mainlinetoday.com, what happens when you live in a toxic household? A toxic family dynamic contributes to depression, anxiety, substance abuse, low self-esteem, and many other issues. The connection that I'm trying to draw here is that when a child is told that the life of a dog is worth just as much as theirs, it's demeaning to their value. The life of a creature who literally eats its own feces, is just as valuable in the parents' minds as the flesh and blood that they created. That's demeaning and sad. And even beyond that, relationship-wise, if your spouse or your significant other went out and bought a dog and you weren't a fan of it, and they told you, too bad, it's me or the dog, that's them telling you that they don't care about you as much as they do about the worthless mutt. It happens a lot. There's literally, it's me or the dog. That's a TV show about people who've said, if you can't fix this problem that this dog is causing, I'm leaving. The longer it goes on, okay, what all this nuttery and backwards behavior eventually leads to is putting the life of dogs on the same pedestal as human lives. And I think we've already achieved that. I think if you go on any sort of news feed where, some college kid, she got kidnapped and raped and her body was burned, oh, that's so sad. All right, in other news, blah, 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 blah. But, like these videos that we've been hearing a lot lately, people setting dogs on fire. and, oh, there's a call to justice. These people need to be brought to justice. We just don't understand how somebody could do this to an innocent animal. Look at how happy they are now that we've given them some food. Look at the tail wagging. I think we're already at that point where these nutters will think and say, if a dog's life wasn't as valuable as a human's, why would we change our behavior for them? And they're willing to go out of their way, and they'll say, no, we're going to get help for the dog, train it, get rehab for it. The dog is family, and we're not getting rid of it. In the same way that, like, if your son had a mental breakdown, and you don't have the option to take your son out back and shoot him in the back of the head. You don't have that option because that's a person. That's a person with a soul, and they have the right to be safe. If something happens to them where they exhibit behavior that isn't acceptable, you can't just get rid of them. Because they're people, because they're humans. They're your flesh and blood, provided that they aren't adopted. In which case, it still remains that they are in your care, and you are legally and morally obligated to take care of them. But not a mutt. It's just a stupid animal. A stupid, mutant, deranged animal. It doesn't need rehab. You need to get rid of it. But these people, they're, oh, well, you know, the dog's family. We're going to train them not to attack us for no reason. And really, it's so destructive to allow these mutts to live in our homes, because millions of children get attacked every year because these mutts have been portrayed as valuable by other nutters. And children of nutters have been conditioned from a young age to view dogs as worthy of being in the home. Think about it, okay? These, like it says in this stupid little meme, the gift which I'm sending you is called a dog, and it is in fact the most precious and valuable possession of mankind. It's precious enough to overlook the fact that millions of people every year are attacked for pretty much no reason by these creatures which are hostile towards us, even though we sustain their existence. What I would say to anybody who is a dog nut is stop going against your instincts. Bringing a dog into the home increases the danger to every person in the home for diseases. Like even if you don't have a big vicious dog, it exposes every person in the home to diseases that would otherwise not be present. But bringing a dog into the home, it increases your chance for exposure to diseases, attacks, injuries, and the dog does nothing to support its own existence. Nothing. It can't go get a job. It can't speak to you in human language. Only humans can help you, support you, love you, and exchange thoughts with you. I mean, here I am, you know, however many thousands of miles away I am from you, and you're hearing my voice through your mobile device or your computer or whatever it is, whatever device it is that you choose. Here I am communicating with you. I'm exchanging thoughts with you. A dog can't do that. A dog cannot love you or feel emotions. The frontal lobe in its brain is not biologically capable of complex emotion. It can only beg for food and repeat behaviors that you have conditioned it to exhibit for that food. It's just an animal. Even if it doesn't attack you, it should be part of your instincts to be wise with your limited resources. Your resources are not unlimited. And you can feel the noose getting tighter and tighter and tighter as inflation goes up and up and up. the economy gets more and more unstable. With the limited resources that you have, you should use those resources on yourself as well as your family of humans. So I want to thank you again for tuning into my channel. I can't thank you guys all enough for your support. I know I just surpassed 500 subscribers, which is insane. And I know that I have a wise group of people who tune in to listen to what I have to say. I pray that all of you stay safe from dogs. I pray for humanity every day that we can work together for the good of all. Love the sinner and hate the dog, and I pray that you do the same. I'll see you next time.